It's Mardi Gras season, and that means king cake temptations are all around us. But there is one king cake you don't have to feel guilty about indulging in. Here to tell us more about it is Ben McLauchlin with Swerve and registered dietitian and founder of Auctioneer Eat Fit, Molly Kimball. Thank you both for being here.
Sure.
It's such a wonderful, wonderful treat. How'd you even think of creating an Eat Fit king cake?
So, as you know, with Eat Fit, we work with restaurants typically, and we're finding things, nutritious that kind of meet our criteria to go onto the menu. So our goal with Eat Fit is to take the guesswork out of eating healthfully anywhere, anytime, and any season. And so,
which is fantastic.
And so, as we've grown, we've kind of expanded beyond restaurants and what are people eating and consuming that we can kind of work with. So Ben had made this homemade do-it-yourself recipe for a king cake last carnival season.
Yes, I had no idea the gift I was giving Molly.
So I see it and I was like, this is fantastic. Like, this needs to be something available in retail, because while it's a fantastic recipe, not everyone's going to take the time to make it, and a lot of people want to just be able to go buy something. And so that kind of started the process. So Ben and I met with several local bakers, and because Ben was like, I'll support this. Let's just
we'll do whatever we can do to help out. Mine's a little more rustic, whereas the one made, and we'll talk about John Cluta, but one made by Cluta's is a little more traditional as far as a grab and go kind of cake.
So basically, with Swerve, you were able to create a king cake that's with a 0-calorie sweetener, and then you picked up on this saying this would be great to mass produce, and you brought it to several bakeries, and you decided Cluta's would be the best bakery to mass produce this for you?
Right. Well, Cluta's the one who said, I'll give it a go with you, because as you'll see when Ben kind of shows us what's in here, it's a lot of the gluten-free flours, so almond flour. These are things that they don't behave like regular flours do, and so there's a lot of things that are different about working with it. And so, some of the bakers they either tried it and said,
That's true.
or said, I'm not
they
even
were like,
trying
no.
it.
So you're going to be showing us the recipe, and people can actually make this at home. It is a little different than the one in the box, though,
that's
right?
Correct.
So, but will you start showing us what to do, and then Molly, you'll chime in and tell us about the ingredients and why
we
they're
can
so
talk
nutritious?
This will be Molly's favorite part right here. So what we have going on, Leslie, is we've got some almond flour, some coconut flour, some protein powder. We also have a little bit of baking powder and that kind of thing. We have some what is it, gelatin? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So gelatin is also in here. That helps to bind, because when you're gluten-free baking, sometimes it's really tough to get a binder.
Sure is.
So that helps out quite a bit. So that's all that fun and excitement. That's what makes it low carb.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know if I just felt like I was talking a lot.
Keep going.
Okay, good. So that's what makes it low carb and grain free. So you're going to mix that together. You're going to put in some eggs, some sour cream. You can also use some Greek yogurt, which is also in the Cluta's.
Yeah, so the way that we say it is that Ben's recipe kind of served as the inspiration. So while Ben's recipe has cream cheese, Cluta Cottage Catering ended up using Greek yogurt. So there's a few slight variations, but all in all, it's a very similar base. Yeah, so.
Okay, so after you put this all together and add
in our liquids. So that's going to be a little bit of milk with a little bit of water and butter, and you throw that in with some of that sugar and that yeast. Activates the yeast. You throw it in with your dry ingredients. It comes out to this beautiful little ball of dough. Very exciting, y'all. So let's get some more parchment. So this is a trick. Molly likes tricks. So I put it on parchment paper so it doesn't get your countertop sticky.
Parchment paper is great for the kitchen.
And then you put it on top, and then it doesn't stick to your rolling pin. Here's my rolling pin.
I'll tell you, Molly, it's interesting. We had Swerve on once before, and it is amazing. You can use it for anything.
Yes. That's the thing, that the fact that you can measure with cup for cup like sugar, and again, it's granular. You can have the powdered sugar style or the brown sugar style, and it's a natural plant-based product, so it's fantastic. I want to jump in really quickly on this. So the steps that you're about to see with Ben, this was the hardest part as we scaled up for the king cake, because John Cluta said, this is great, this looks great, tastes great, but if I'm going to make thousands of these during the height of carnival season, it's got to be something that I can do quickly. So what he did, and the shape of the ones that are in the retailers here is a little bit different. He took a little mini bundt pan, and he put the king cake in the bundt pan, and actually then took the cinnamon and coconut oil like Ben has, but he put that as a little ribbon swirl through it. So the one that's on the plate here is Ben's, and this is the one that's folded and a lot of labor intensive, which is the one that you're seeing today.
That's a polite way to say it. Labor intensive.
Yeah, and so the biggest challenge for us was not which ingredients do we want to have, because Ben had kind of put all these things together that made this fantastic king cake, but how do you then make it something that can be made faster?
Yes.
But if you're doing it at home, this is a fun
It's
recipe.
fun. You can, if you have kids, you bring them in.
This
Y'all
looks
can all
like a
gather
very
around
kid-friendly
and get
recipe
at
to
it.
make.
So we've put 4 ounces of cream cheese on here because you need your cream cheese filling.
Smells great.
But you can really put any filling you want on your king cake, whatever your preference is. So this is some Swerve with a little bit of cinnamon. So we're just going to go wild, and you just kind of cover it as much as you want to. So here's the fun part again with our parchment paper.
Okay.
Is that to fold it, because we need to make a layer, I'm just going to use that parchment paper to fold. So that's pretty exciting to me. I know it doesn't take much to excite me. You could, I'll do this, okay? And you can do a little bit of that. Now, if you had some water, I could actually pinch like you would a normal pie crust. In the exact same way. And Molly actually makes clay, and we were discussing it's a very, or pottery, and it's a very similar approach,
Right.
water and
dough.
So she was a natural with the dough when we were doing this earlier. Okay, so now we have this beautiful, we're going to roll this out again.
Okay.
You excited?
I'm very excited.
Let's see. Okay.
Molly, while we're rolling this out, tell us a little about the ingredients, so the ones that are, what the substitutions
Yes.
are. Like if you were to make a very high-calorie king cake.
Yeah, so a traditional king cake, white flour, sugar, artificial food dyes, all the colorings in there. So the difference is that this doesn't have white flour. It's made with things like almond flour. Ben's has coconut flour in it. The one that you'll find at Eat Fit retailers here locally in New Orleans has coconut oil instead of a lot of butter in it. We use Greek yogurt to kind of add that moisture factor. And so it ends up being a product that is grain-free, it's gluten-free, it's low-carb, it's keto. A serving of the one that Ben is doing has about 5 grams net carbs per serving. Ours wins a little bit. It's 4.5,
yours
the
does.
ones that
That's
John
great.
Kaluta came out with. But it's at 4.5, 5 grams net carbs for a serving because those flours are used is really unheard of as far as king cake goes.
Yeah, my dad is diabetic, so what I love about it is to give him an option that's not going to spike his blood sugar.
I bet he loves this.
Oh, he does.
Well, people are so used to eating
Yeah.
king cakes that they know are bad for them,
Yes.
but it's the season, so it's a wonderful option.
is a great
Once
option.
you roll it out again, I mean,
Yeah.
does it look pretty underneath now?
It
with all the
does.
cinnamon? Oh,
So you see
a little bit
the
of
layers in
cinnamon
there, a little
coming.
layer. I don't know where I was going, but why not go far? So we're good here. So we would just, now I'm going to show you a finished product, but you would just make kind of your, now this would typically be a square. So it's not quite there yet, but it's close
We can
enough.
use our imagination.
Imagination's
Our
a
collective
beautiful
imagination.
thing. But what's so great about this dough is, and again, if you had some water and you could pinch this, is that's where you would take it and then you would make like just your king cake.
So it's just as easy as twirling it around like that?
It is 100%. Again, with that water, you could pinch these sides, keep all that filling in there, and then this would be the finished product.
You want to show her how to glaze?
Let's do it. So we have got some glaze. This is a little bit of Swerve powdered sugar replacement.
Okay.
A little bit of cream cheese, because we like
It's a
that
nice
cream
consistency.
cheese. Now you could use a basting brush on this. It's not as pretty with the spoon, but it still works.
Just as
You're gonna
effective.
You're going to cover it up. You actually get a little bit more on it, which some people may like it. And then we are going to get our sprinkles here. Do you want to talk about those?
So I love how vivid these colors are. They are just gorgeous.
Classic Mardi Gras colors. And the nice
can't
thing
go
is,
wrong with
you
it.
can't make any mistakes.
Exactly. But it's vibrant, it's beautiful.
So I take it you need to put this in some sort of oven for a while?
So let me just tell you, so that's a great question. So you would have taken this one, put it in an oven.
Okay.
I think it's like 25 minutes at 350 or something. This was the cooked one.
I got you. So this is the cooked one, then,
That's
because then the
correct.
glaze.
Because we definitely want to show how you would fold it, how you roll out the dough, and then of course how to decorate
So the
it.
glaze will melt right into it. Okay, and then it's
Yeah.
ready to serve.
Yeah,
It's ready to
done.
go.
Can we see a box of the
However, yes, this is
it's a cute little box, and you can find
Yes.
these now in more than about a dozen places, right? Erin?
Yes, so we'll have the links online that of the retailers, but places like Langenstein's, Zapardo's, Oshner Fitness Center, our Fuel Cafe at Oshner Fitness Center sells them, Oshner Pharmacy and Wellness, on the North Shore, Earth Savers, also on the South Shore Earth Savers, on the North Shore PJs at the Oshner Covington there.
Tell us how we can find out more about Swerve.
Yeah, if you go to swervesweet.com, there is information about our product. Also, we have probably over 400 recipes on our website.
Including
Including the king cake that are tried and true.
And Molly, about Eat Fit Nola, can you tell us where people can find out more about that and where to find your king cake?
Yeah, so eatfitnola.com is the website. Our app is, if you search Eat Fit in your app store, you'll pull up our app. And if you go to the eatfitnola.com website, you'll be able to find the link for king cake retailers.
Thank you both so much for coming here right in the middle of Mardi Gras season.
Yeah,
This is a
exactly.
wonderful option for people, and good luck with the new product.
Thank you so much.
You.
And we'll have your recipe up on our website at
Sweet.
communityhealthheroes.org.
Great, thank you.
We'll be right back.